reflecting back to the weekend, you got the job done, and in those ties, that can be a difficult thing to do, can't it?
It is, Scott. I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, you're expected to go and blow these teams away, and you know, if you get beat, it's like, you know, you get a load of stick for it. So, as you just said, you got to get the job done, and we got the job done, and you know, fair play to them. They had a good go, and you know, as I said, there's been loads of upsets in the past, hasn't he? So you know, we got through, and that's the main thing.
I was looking at Brackley's win at Notts County. I was reading the report of that the other day. I mean, it's what the competition's about, isn't it? You know, you can't really, from your point of view, it's not really it's a lose-lose, isn't it? Almost really.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the tough. I mean, we were on last. It was a long day for us all. The Cams were there for a reason. He wanted an upset. Every other EFL league, team that played non-league that day got through. So the onus was then on us, and the spotlight was on us. And as I said, we got the job done ourselves. And going back to the Brackley one, I watched that myself. So you know, it was a penalty. The referee got that decision right, and then obviously forced the extra time, and then it went to penalties, didn't it? So yeah, I had one eye in it because the lads played. Michael Nottingham played, you know, Matt Lowe played, and Johnny Maxted as well played. So it's good to see them go through. So good win for them. And
I guess a win's a win, isn't it? You know, it's all part of building kind of confidence and hopefully a bit of momentum for you.
Well, that's it. I mean, you can't, you know, you hope it's infectious and you want to carry that on. It was a good feeling. As I said, there was a load of pressure because the eyes of the world were on you. You know, there was people that definitely wanted you to fall and fail. So, end of the day, the objective was to get through the round of the cup, and we did, and hopefully that spurs us on now for Saturday.
Was it a nice little break from the league as well for you?
It was, yeah. The cup's always special, isn't it? It is in this country anyway. It is for us and for me. And what I've done it myself personally, you know, I've gone to semi-final as a first team coach against Arsenal at Wembley, which was fantastic. So I know what the experience is all about and everything else, and you know, I've done other things in other cups. So it's one that we want to keep going in this competition as far as we can.
How are the lads looking this week? I know you had a couple of injury problems leading up to that cup match. How are you looking ahead of this weekend?
Yeah, so we trained yesterday. Seamus was back and Alex Henderson was back as well.
That's a great boost for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So you're getting there because obviously Endo's been doing okay as well, done well, and Seamus is the same. He's got all that vast experience, and he brings to the dressing room and on the pitch as well. So that's good for us, yeah.
Nice little combination of youth and experience there coming back into you.
It is, yeah, definitely, yeah, that's for sure. So we need that, and we have got a good blend and a good mix of that in the squad anyway.
Cool. And you've obviously had like to Tyler back for a little while now. Sean's back for a little while now. So I mean, are you looking a little bit more healthy?
Yeah, we are. Just getting them up to speed. You know, obviously Sean was fantastic against Tranmere the other day, wasn't he? So, and again, the minute he got on his legs on Sunday against Gainsborough, and Tyler's the same. So you could see it a little bit. You know, he was flagging a little bit Tyler towards before we took him off. So as I said, like just getting more minutes into their legs is great for us.
But in the build-up to that Tranmere match, we had Brett Onward with us on commentary, and we were talking at length about the impact that Sean will have, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch. I mean, how much have you noticed that as well, now he's been back in and around your first team? He's
always been good around the lads, you know, while he's been injured, you know, because he's, as I said, he's just a machine. He does everything. He's a top professional off the pitch. So he looks after himself really well, but he's got this influence and, you know, affects the lads in the right way, gets around them, gives them a little bits of advice. You see him sitting next to players, younger lads as well, and helping them along. So to see him back on the pitch on Tuesday and then to produce what he did and then to score that goal was brilliant for us.
What is the challenge kind of going forward for this team, do you reckon, John? I mean, you've clearly been playing well in games at times, but perhaps not maybe turning that advantage into a regular 3 points. How big a challenge is that for you?
It is, because I mean, I could go back to games, you know, probably 1 year at the Walsall, you know, you could be 2-0 up going in at half time. We don't take our chances, and that's probably been the story of the games, and then you get punished the other end. So it's the old saying is you got to score one and to keep the ball out the net the other end. So we've got to find a way of doing that and consistently doing that and make sure that we're on the end of a positive result, you know, i.e. winning games.
You don't want it to turn into a bit of an on-running story, do you? That you take the lead but struggle to hold on to it, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, you don't. I don't get anyone wants to do that. I don't think the team means to do that. So, but it's the level of this this league, if you like. I mean, the league's open. I think personally, I think anyone can beat anyone today, and I think we've proved that ourselves. And you know, you go to MK Dons, the favourites to get promoted or automatic or through playoffs or whatever you want to say, and we went and beat them there. Like so, it's just it's crazy to think about it, but you can beat anyone on your day. But it's all right just beating someone on your day. You don't want to just have, just the one day. You want to put a consistent run of performances together. You want to get the wins. So we've had 2 in the past. Now can we turn to 3s and 4s and see where it takes us?
That must be bittersweet for you, that. You watch your team play well at MK Dons, as you just highlighted there, but then you think, well, that's what we can do. Yeah. How do you kind of get it on a regular basis?
Well, you just have to keep reinforcing the messages and keep saying to the lads, you can perform like that as a team and individuals. So you need to do it again, and can you do it again? So, as I said, it's the level. You can't take your eye off the ball, off the pitch, off the training ground. So you need to keep improving. They need to keep improving. We have to keep giving them information, just reinforcing the message, just show them how good they are, how they were good, why they were good, what did they do different, all them things, scenarios, whatever else, to make sure that we can be consistent going forward.
And that's, I guess, where some of your senior boys, when they're out there playing, come into their own, don't they?
It does, and you rely heavily on the senior players because they've got that vast experience, that they can pass on to the younger lads. But you want the younger lads to be more consistent and grow as they're playing, as the games go and stuff. So, as I said, it's one of them. You just got to keep going and keep going and keep working.
Chesterfield away last season, one of the kind of standout performances, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. As I said, it's Chesterfield. Big aspirations of going up automatic or through the playoffs again. So a big challenge for us, but one that we stood up to last year when we got a good result. Lads played really well. So again, go back to that. Can you put that performances and then take it forward to the next game? So hopefully now going there, the experience that we all had last year, will put us in good stead going there, because they're a good side, good manager in Paul Cook, good staff around him. So it'll be a tough challenge.
One or two changes though, isn't there? I was looking at your team that played last year compared to the team that potentially might go and feature there this weekend.
Yeah, and I think if memory serves right, we had Ben Woods playing left wing back for us. We had Dara Costello up top. Josh Woods played up top as well. I think Tyler Walton played. And I think the goals were scored. I think Josh Woods scored the first. Zach Hoare played left side of a 3 with Sonny Al Joffrey and Faz, I think it was. And then Zach Hoare's picked the ball up in his own half and just waltzed through everyone and just unbelievable finish to score. And then Jimmy Knowles came on and scored as well. So yeah, looking at that team and how we played, Nelson and Benny played for us centre midfield as well. So different personnel, but got to have the same mindset as last year. Going there, good challenge, great pitch, good stadium. It'd be a good atmosphere and one that we're looking forward to.
How much have they changed, do you reckon?
They brought some players in. I don't know the injury situation of who they've got, but I mean, I could rattle the team off now for you if you wanted to. Paul plays the same shape in a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, whichever way you want to look at it. Got some really good players in the wide areas. That can got experienced in the midfield. Got experienced up top as well. If he wanted to change it, I don't know what sort of personnel will play tomorrow, but as I said, going off the result in the cup that they played, which was a good win for them against Stevenage, and I think they drew against Tranmere, and then they drew the last home game was against Fleetwood 1-1. So we'd have to wait and see who he picks and what have you, but really good sides, really good players, and as I said, it'll be a good challenge for us.